Hello, hello. I'm going to do a second reading for today. I'm trying to build up what's it called? I don't know what it's called. I'm trying to do it more and more and more so that I'm kind of in the habit of doing at least 2 or 3 readings a day. On camera, so that I don't know. Ooh, magic. We got magic and boundaries, magic boundaries, right? How funny. Spirit's funny sometimes. Magic boundaries. So today is the new moon in Capricorn. Hopefully you have set your intentions, or you are setting your intentions tonight. Get your moon water ready. I lit a candle this morning and set my intentions. And I did more Pachamama and the Vision Quest. So number 40, number 60, together that equals a 10. So there's a completion here somewhere. Also boundaries, 26 and number 3 for magic. Manifest. I'm going to use these so there may be a need to set boundaries, or you may be noticing boundaries that you've set have created with a divine masculine soulmate, safe travel, talisman, home, air, earth, focus. Something that you've done, maybe some boundaries that you've set with someone, a divine masculine, might have made a change in some way. I don't know what way, but we will see. Let me get my book for this. What do we need to see? The Hermit. So you may be going within in some way, releasing maybe expectations. You have the Star, 2 of Swords, Ace of Swords, and the King of Wands. So I'm seeing this as okay, so the Hermit has this lantern, right? In the lantern is the Star. So I'm seeing that you freed yourself from something from this person. Maybe it was like a old way of thinking, old way of being. You've introspected and found the truth of it, and you're taking action in some way to free yourself. So, okay, take that how it resonates. How is showing up? The Empress. Dropping burdens. Closing cycles. Maybe trying to stay out of your head. We also have the Tower. There's been like a shift, like a big shift. Okay, so Tower, Moon, Two of Pentacles, the High Priestess. Some type of spiritual duality, like the hidden. Maybe intuitively you thought, okay, I'm understanding that this old way of being isn't, it's keeping me stuck in this situation or in some situations or some mindsets, right? And you kind of upheavaled that and trusted your intuition to bring you stability in some way. It was like spiritually guided, maybe. But it's giving you this Empress energy. So you may be creating like new beginnings. Some kind of magic boundaries. Clarify what's surfacing. I'm also seeing this rabbit here, so maybe abundance. Also seeing the shield where you're having, you know, protective energy for yourself and for maybe this creative. She's pregnant, so creative ideas. Also, she's wearing a crown of stars. So again, that faith energy. Let me do that again. So I got the six of cups, and the Fool. So that's taking a risk, maybe leaving the past behind. Let's see what's surfacing. Ooh, the Seven of Swords, and yeah, escaping the past. So again, with that star energy, the Hermit, there's like a wisdom from like what you've learned. How to have boundaries, maybe. Page of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. So there's some sort of like a lesson from the past about duality and union. So we did get the masculine energy behind that. So it's how to create new beginnings, but like there's some sort of wisdom from, maybe you're being strategic in some way where you're like, this is what's surfacing. Maybe people are lying to you and you can see through it. But like, and it's like the same energy from the past in some way. But you've learned those lessons here with the Page of Pentacles. And you know how to be like, you know what stability looks like. Like from, you know, the errors of the past or whatever. Anyway, so that's giving you like an understanding of that lesson. Clarify. What are we expanding on? My hands are cold. I should probably close that now. Let me close the door. Okay. What are we expanding on? Okay, 6 of Wands and, okay, defeating the devil. Victory over the devil and mastering duality in some way. Now this is about going within, but it's also about having faith light the way in some way. So there's a duality in that, and if you kind of understand the darkness, you can understand the light and why the light is so necessary. We have the 6 of Swords, the Sun, and the Hierophant. You may be understanding the systems, shedding the light on like the tradition of things, like all that stuff. Like maybe you're meant to be traditional, but in a way that's like not traditional. There's some sort of vision quest, right? Oh, and the spiral. So that's like about cycles. And the Earth Keeper is behind that. The circle. So you're having victory, or you need to be seen in some way, moving forward with your duality. So the thing about duality is, yes, we do have both sides, but we integrate them into like being a holistic type of light being. We've integrated our darkness. It's like victory over that devil energy. Clarify what it is. What are the actions to take? Knight of Cups. So some sort of dream. I'm seeing this as like the vision quest. Some sort of dream. And expansion. Also, it could be like this could be a higher love, right? Like I always see this as like the masculine. Like even though it's Jupiter, it's not really like, it's not like the sun, it's not like, it's Jupiter is like the ultimate male. That's funny. But yeah, so there's some sort of intuitive understanding of the past, right? But with this masculine and feminine imbalance, and it's expanding, but also like it's unity, but it's also independence, like that interdependent energy, right? So you're kind of meant to expand on that. in some way. But it's also like the what is it? The child, the inner child, the embracing all of the aspects of yourself, like and expanding in that way. Clarify, what is our resources? The Four of Swords. Peace, manifesting peace. You're a manifester. The ultimate manifester. We also have the Jupiter energy, the Temperance card, so patience, expansion, Magician energy, and the Nine of Pentacles. So we're very independent, at peace with that. Like being at peace with yourself on your own. We freed ourselves, and now we're manifesting the ultimate male. Fuck. That's funny. So yeah, before we You are a child of the earth. Now is the time to eat right, love right, and be joyous, regardless of the circumstances you may find yourself in. Be grateful for your life, your body, and all that nourishes you. Pachamama invites you to relish each breath. Embrace your joy and pain equally, and discover love through both. Let Pachamama know how much you appreciate all her blessings with an act of service, such as planting a tree, helping save an endangered species, or protecting the ocean. Yeah. I'm also saying let go of the old myth. Realize you were given the garden to rejoice in and become its steward. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing with this. So bring love to the situation. Like even though you might feel, let down by the world or whatever. Maybe, I don't know. Find clarity by spending time alone in nature. If you live in the city, go for walks in the park. If you live in the country, make sure you spend time outside in contemplation. Get off the couch and get away from your desk. Go outside. Spirit helps those who help themselves. So set your intention and ask nature for a guiding vision for your life. Okay. So yeah, let's clarify. The Hermit. The Page of Cups. Yeah, it's some kind of faith. Yeah, the Star. Faith and it's like a leap of faith. It's some sort of strategy that you have to kind of get out of situations that weren't serving. Like that fish in the cup. We have to set boundaries with things. This could also be you, embracing your masculinity and freeing yourself from situations that don't serve. like understanding your power in some sort of situation. Clarify the Empress. King of Pentacles. The Hanged Man. Like a perspective shift on your value. I don't know. Maybe you were stuck, but it looks like you're moving forward because you cut off some things and embraced your masculine. And it's bringing in money for you. The abundance. Oh, okay. That heart chakra. So manifestations come from the heart chakra. So it's like that's the magic. Like, how are you still loving and kind and, you know, even after all the bullshit that you've been through? Because of gratitude, I'm getting. Clarify the Seven of Swords. Four of Pentacles. So there could have been like a greedy energy that was surfacing in some way. You had to kind of, you understood that it was some sort of attachment that you had to block off. You know, maybe that's the escape that you're making, the strategy, because you learned from the past. Maybe you learned like to identify things. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, those lessons learned. You know that you don't have to be like, because of who you are, you're an Empress. You don't have to be attached to that in some way. Like, that's like an entity attachment, you know? So you kind of cut it off quickly. That's the boundaries. Yeah. So, okay. What is it we're expanding on? Clarify what we're expanding on. So, yeah, so in your resources, you did get the Magician too. Like, it's like you understand your value. Or you're understanding your value and how to nurture that. And like, there maybe that's the Devil energy. Okay, so this is getting deeper. Okay, we're getting to the kind of the bottom of it. So expanding on walking away from toxicity, like an understanding that manifestation energy. Also commitment. It could be commitment. So things of the Pentacles are like tangible things, like even relationships, right? So I'm getting that we're kind of how do I put this in the words? Like honoring our values, right? The things that when we don't honor our values, it kind of blocks us off from being able to manifest things, because it's a cause and effect universe. Yeah, what goes around comes around. It's a balance. So you had to walk away from something. You had to walk away from this toxicity. And that may be what we're trying to understand and expand on. That it's not about our egos and things like that, and like feeding our egos with like materialistic things, right? It's about our value. Like the value of things, the value of our morals, our integrity, things like that. That's what's important, not like materialistic gains. So you walked away from something that was kind of maybe a thief. Some kind of something with attachments. Clarify the Knight of Cups. Eight of Wands. And Eight of Pentacles. So you may have had people like in your past that used you in some way, or like used materials as like to showboat or something, like keeping up with the Joneses type of energy. That was a lesson that you had to learn, a lesson on expansion, and like I'm getting that it was something that you had to kind of understand. Maybe in the past you were maybe in the past you were given not given, like you could have had poverty consciousness, right? Like a lack consciousness, like where you didn't think that you would be able to have fancy things, nice things like that. But it was something that you had to kind of get clear with your heart, like, okay, so the lesson, fucking A, it won't come out of my mouth. Like, okay, so you had to kind of learn that lesson of like duality in that lack mindset. It was a mindset, right? It was something that you had to master. It was like maybe you received a lot of messages about it. There's some kind of forward movement that you made towards getting clear about this, like working through it. I don't know. That's what I'm understanding here. And like setting boundaries with people like that might have shown up as like a mirror to like your past and the way that you thought about money before. That could be. Yeah, because a mirror here. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles. But it's actually the Ten of Pentacles, right? And it was just like a mindset that you had to shift, like Nine of Swords, like anxieties of the past, of maybe not having, maybe your family didn't have when you were growing up, but it was like you had to learn that you were abundant, that you're actually like by nature, maybe in a past life there was this could be like karmic. This could be karmic. This could be something karmic for you because like in a past life you had a lot of money, right? And maybe you didn't treat people very well. Jupiter is also not Jupiter. The Wheel of Fortune, right? Karmic could be a karmic cycle of like you had to work through maybe the way you treated people wasn't kindly. So in this life, you're way more kind in some way. That's the Two of Cups, right? And you worked out those karmas, worked through those karmas here in this life, or you are working through those karmas in this life, but you're still meant to be this King of Pentacles Empress. Only just kind of working those karmas out by maybe having boundaries with yourself, maybe having gratitude. Anyways, that's the magic that you're working. Clarify the Four of Swords. I don't know. This could be any number of things. It's like Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, Seven of Swords, the Tower, Two of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. Yeah, working through those karmas. It's some kind of like wish fulfillment. So the Four of Swords is like at peace, maybe able to be, oh, you made peace with your karmas and it's bringing in a wish fulfillment. Like, I'm shocked as you are. Like, what the heck? Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm getting. Gratitude. For sure. Just understand that, goes around, comes around, and maybe the first part of your life, it's not, as pretty as the second part of life is going to be, which, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Ashe, 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 right? Anyways, I hope this helps. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.